It's a great day to talk hockey with Grant McCagg on HabsCast.
Well, folks, what a heartbreaker. Canada's all over them. Wow. How many chances there? McKinnon hitting the post especially. I mean, at least with the Taves play, the goalie stopped it, but the post didn't move. I don't know how McKinnon missed, I guess it's such a big game, such a big moment. But the Colorado Avalanche fellas, Taves and McKinnon are going to be having nightmares tonight. I mean, Taves gets beat for that pivotal first goal against Boldy. I don't blame him for it. I mean, that was a fantastic play by Boldy. He tipped it to himself, and I mean, I'm not going to rag on the defenseman too much on that, but it was Taves that got beat. And then, I mean, what was he doing up there on that play? He's trying to freaking score the goal to make up for it, right? He's right in front of the net. He gets it, wide open net, and somehow, some way, it hits Connor Hellebuck's friggin' stick. And Tom Wilson has a chance in front where it hits the very top of Hellebuck's friggin' pad. Celebrini has about 6 bloody chances and can't bury it. Breakaways, Celebrini and McDavid on breakaways and couldn't bury it. I hate to rag on the refereeing, but the officiating, but is there an IHF rule that I don't know about where if you got 7 or 8 men on the ice, it's not too many men, only if it's 6? Because it was 8 against the Czechs, 7 today against US. Apparently that's okay. But anyway, some suspect or non-calls and calls there. Like Bennett gets the hook, and then they then they don't call the hooks against the US guys. Anyway, I don't know that the calls went much or Canada's way today. Of course, 4 minutes to friggin' Bennett at the end of the game. I thought it was game over right there, but they managed to kill off 3.5 minutes or close to it, and then draw a penalty themselves. And of course, it's only a 2 and not a 4. But I mean, if they say 4 minutes there, I think the game's over. But I realize there's time constraints and all of this rigmarole. But regardless of who won this game, Rick, to me, you go through an entire tournament 5-on-5. You battle your heart out. You're winning a goal. It comes down to an overtime, and you go to a 3-on-3 format because you want to hurry things up. It just it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I think that you have to play the overtime 5-on-5. Start the game earlier. It's the last day. I get it. They got to do the closing ceremonies. Start the game earlier in the city that it's being played. I think it's just it's a bogus way to decide something that is so important as far as I'm concerned. And anyway, those are my initial thoughts on the game. Rick, what do you got to say, buddy?
Oh boy. It's sometimes when you do these kind of post-game shows and the team wins or team loses, you kind of start thinking about the mistakes that happened or the players that played, stood out, the players that made mistakes. And you look at this game and you go, geez, did anybody play a bad game? Not really. I mean, Canada dominated, 40-something shots. Any tactical errors that they could have done? Maybe a little bit. I would probably not have used Marchand quite as much as they did today. I think the game was a bit fast for him today, and a little bit of maybe a little bit more Suzuki. I would have liked a little tactical errors here and there, but this is the epitome of things just happen in the game of hockey.
Yeah.
40 some odd shots. Canada dominated. US played well. They took advantage of their opportunities when they could. Everybody showed up. Uh, it's the game of hockey in its purest form. Two
Yeah.
teams going at it. Luck, a little at the end of the game. That overtime goal, man, felt bad for McCarr. Little, hit a groove a little bit there. Lost his footing for just half a second, and what do you want to do then? It's 3-on-1, and the only thing maybe I could say about the overtime, Grant, I don't know what you feel about it, but I think Canada were almost in a hurry to try to get the game done with. I would have liked a little bit more of, let's slow down, let's wait. I know McDavid is incredible, trying to go through 2-3 players by himself at the end, maybe not against a team, not against an elite team, right? You could do that in the NHL because you might be taking on their fourth defenseman or their third line forward, and you could kind of go through them when you're McDavid. But at this level, I would have liked maybe a little bit, take your time, set up a really good attack, but minor details, right? These are just little details that I would have done a little differently, but it was just a phenomenal hockey game that we will remember for a long, long time to come.
Yeah, unfortunately, we will. I mean, if you name the best 6 forwards in this game, I think I would have Matt Boldy in there for the U.S., but the other 5 for me would have been Canadians. The U.S., it's clear, like they had a great defense group,
Mhm.
and they really stepped up. They gave up a lot of shots, but they were really good at eliminating the high danger chances in the slot for the most part and stuff.
Mhm.
Very solid. But that said, Canada had like 43 shots in regulation. They dominated the friggin' play.
Unreal.
Dominated physically, dominated talent-wise. What a time for the Hart Trophy winner to finally show up this season, eh? Shows up for the friggin' gold medal game. Like, where you been all year, Hellebuck? You son of a bitch.
Yeah. Jeez,
Um,
it's funny, Grant, that you mentioned Alaba, because you look at like the last few years when Winnipeg had a good team and they're contending, and Alaba kind of falls apart come playoff time. And now when Winnipeg is not at all contending, well, he does great in a pressure game. Like, come on, man.
yeah, like buzz off. Even Austin Matthews, I have to give him credit for that first period. He made some
Yeah.
really good defensive plays.
Yes.
And I thought, yes, okay. Austin Matthews actually showed up for a big game.
Yeah.
Mind you, the last half of the game, pretty invisible. Jack Eichel, how many times did we hear Jack Eichel's name tonight? Maybe twice? He was, why Nick Suzuki has more power play points than Marchand and Horvat combined, and he's not on the second power play. By the way, he made a great play on that first goal. He got the puck. He won the Bauer's battle. He got the puck back to Taves, and they don't give him an assist on it. He makes the play, and he doesn't even get an assist. They got to change that. They friggin' went. Hey, Blain. They went. They went. They went over 500 times to make sure the Kapanen didn't tip the puck on that goal the other night, so he doesn't get an assist. But no, we're not going to even look at the replay of this and actually give the friggin' assist to the guy that made the play. That was a joke. Nick Suzuki, and they never mentioned it. I DM'd both Elliot and Cheryl and said, hey, Suzuki made the play on that, because it wasn't even mentioned by either of them or any of the panel that Nick won the board battle, on one knee, friggin' slides it back to Taves, and just an incredible play. And he doesn't get an assist. He doesn't get credit and he doesn't play on the power play. They've got Horvat and Marchand, like I say, who combined have fewer power play points this year than Suzuki, and he's not on your power play. the 5-on-3 and then the 5-on-4 there.
Unreal.
That was the game where they didn't score there. I'm sorry that they, Marchand was fumbling the puck all night. He couldn't keep up. Mark Stone in the medal round, he couldn't keep up with the pace. You hardly saw him in the medal round. But they kept him with Marner. Like, they finally put Marner up on the top line a couple times and moved it around a little bit, but it was pretty obvious that Stone couldn't keep up in the when it got really fast. And Reinhardt should have been playing and not Stone. Is that like you've got the friggin' Tampa coach and which players played the least amount? It was friggin', through the tournament. Reinhardt and Bennett. Is it just a frickin' coincidence? I don't know. Like Hagel, what did Hagel do all tournament? What did Hagel do to be ahead of Reinhardt in this tournament? To play,
I don't know.
To not him never sit. Anyway, how's it going, Blain? Feeling good?
Fucking sucks.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Not that I'm glad our American cousins are going to enjoy some hockey before China takes it away.
I know.
I don't think the better team won.
No, really?
No.
Come on, they outshot Canada by double almost, didn't they?
Well, they played rope-a-dope. So they played their game plan to perfection. Lean back, clog the middle, and then rely on Hellebuck to save your ass, which he did. That is some top-end goaltending. That'll cement him for legendary status down there in the States for sure. So they came in with a game plan. They executed, and they did it perfectly. But Canada should have won that game in regulation.
Well, McKinnon off the post, like, come on. I'm jumping up in the air because it's
it's a wide open net too.
Oh my God! At least, like I said to Rick, at least on the Taves chance, there was
That's
a player,
Class A save right there.
There was a player that could stop it, and he did. But I mean, great save by the post, I guess you could say, to McKinnon. But McKinnon on the ice for both goals against. He hits that friggin' post. Both him and Taves, they're like, there's going to be a few players that have nightmares over this, but Taves and McKinnon are going to not sleep tonight at all. I mean, hey,
yeah,
I'm wearing my Canada cap. I'm still proud of the boys. They friggin' gave their heart out. They friggin' outplayed the Americans. There's no friggin' way they should have lost that game, but
But they did.
Sometimes it's a game of breaks. That's what it comes down to. U.S. got the breaks. U.S. wins the gold medal.
Yeah. So my question is, does this end that whole narrative of the referees are in Canada's pocket? Like,
geez, I hope so.
Because it's clearly, I don't think that these guys got the memo.
No. I hope so, because
Not that the calls that were made were out of bounds at all. I mean, the calls they did end up making, every single one of them was a penalty on both ends. It's the non-calls that I kind of wonder about sometimes.
Yeah.
And I was talking here at home with the family here, and I said, okay, well, there's 7 minutes left in the game. Canada's had more power plays than the other team. In the next 2 minutes, they're going to get a penalty. And not 30 seconds after I said it. Granted, Bennett's high stick was as obvious a call as you have to make.
Yeah,
But
Bennett
still,
seemed to come up with some untimely penalties in this tournament, and I guess that's not really a shock.
why he didn't get the ice time.
Yeah, right. Probably.
It's also what comes first, the chicken or the egg, right? He's not getting the ice time, so when he jumps in, he has to make something happen. He gets excited a little bit. He starts running around, and then he gets a penalty, which cuts down on his ice time even more. And I think that was part of the problem with guys like that. And credit to Tom Wilson, who, when he didn't play, he played decent minutes, but he didn't run around trying to kind of, show off his usefulness around the team. He kept it within the limits. He did a great job. I think Bennett struggled a little bit more on that sense when he's running around a little bit and trying to create stuff that's not there. And you saw that with a few players. You mentioned McKinnon, Grant. I mean, opportunities missed. I thought there was, I think, twice where he did a really ill-advised cross-ice pass in the offensive zone that led to a breakout. Not typical of him. I think there was a little bit of forcing the play. Even I think there was a few by Macklin Celebrini. Now, again, not egregious errors, nothing horrible. I know they're offensive players. You have to try to create something, and that will happen once in a while. But I thought a few times some of the Canadian players, after a while, tried to push opportunities that maybe were not there. But that happens with a great goaltender. We saw that for years in Montreal with Carey Price. When he's on top of his game, players try stuff that they know is not going to work almost, or they try low percentage chances just because nothing else is working. And that might have been something that was in Canada's head a bit today.
Yep. Richard, it comes down to dumb puck luck. USA was very lucky to win this. Yeah, that kind of. All right, broadcast over. That sums it up. Bye, everybody.
They did overcommit on the offensive side during that 3-on-3. When it led to the goal, and Makar overcommitting to attack the puck carrier instead of trying to, cut off any cross ice pass. I don't know if that's a lack of confidence in Binnington or knowledge or communication, but leaving two guys wide open at the end was the result of that.
Yeah.
Like he took the chance to go at the puck carrier trying to get the puck without stripping the puck. That play never ends well.
Yeah. And believe it or not, Rick brought up a good point. He said that McDavid on that, like he tried to 1-on-3, tried to do it himself.
Why?
They had possession of the puck. Move it around, make the play. You're not going to friggin' Hellebuck wasn't going to let you score there, I just, it was, I get that he was trying hard, but that wasn't the smart play to do to try to, I know he's the best player in the world, and if anybody's going to do it, it's going to be him, but you're going up against the Hart Trophy winner, Connor. I guess, maybe that was running through his mind too, eh? You prick, you won the Hart Trophy over me last year. I'm gonna prove that was anyway. I thought, he made a great play for Canada to get possession because they lost the opening faceoff, and then tried a little, again, the offense, right? Like you're saying, just thinking, we gotta, I don't know. Start that game a little earlier, and please go 5-on-5 for the gold medal game in overtime. I just 3-on-3. You play 5-on-5 all tournament, and then it's the most important game of the year every 4 years, and you go to overtime, and you decide at 3-on-3 where either team can win. It's not really. I just find that it usually comes down to a lucky bounce. And I really wish that they would change the format where you don't decide any Stanley Cup playoff game 5-on-5, but Olympic gold medal, 3-on-3. They don't even do a minute 5-on-5, which is how the game of hockey is played, is 5-on-5. What are your thoughts on that, guys? Do you think that they should try to play like they do in Stanley Cup playoffs, 5-on-5? Could you, it's never going to happen in the NHL. They're not going to, let's go to 3-on-3 because we want to rush this. I realize, there's the precious closing ceremonies can't be delayed and all that stuff. Start the game a little earlier. Maybe delay the closing ceremonies another hour. whatever the case may be, or not even have it on the Sunday. But I get it's the closing thing, and you have to kind of end it with the gold medal hockey game. That's the main event of the Olympics. Rick, we'll start with you. What do you think?
Oh, if you can't, I agree with you, Grant. Medal games, when you're playing for a medal, it should go 5-on-5. I prefer it that way. I mean, maybe the preliminary rounds before that, you could do the 3-on-3 thing, but because you're stacking game after game. I get it.
Yes.
In hockey, when it's the medal game, if you have to do it the day before, you said, Grant, maybe because you want to end it with hockey, but if you can't end it with hockey because you're in a time constraint, well, do it the day before then. Do the final game the day before. Do the medal on Saturday. Do the medal ceremonies on Sunday. But I would like it to be 5-on-5 and end it that way. The 3-on-3 thing for a gold medal game leaves a bad taste in my mouth. Again, because the luck factor becomes a lot more important when you're doing 3-on-3 because you have no recovery chance, right? Something goes wrong. Makar, you made a good point, Blain. He should have played it maybe a little bit more conservatively, but also on this pivot, he hit a groove. There's a little stumble he did, a little move, and it made him lose just a fraction of a second, which they couldn't recover from. That's bad luck, especially at that point of the game. There's a lot more cracks and grooves in the ice. It's unfortunate that it had to end that way. So, 5-on-5 until there's a winner. And if you have to do it the day before, do it the day before.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. The 5-on-5 is the way the game is played. And you don't want to decide a championship or a consolation like the bronze medal game with a gimmick. And 3-on-3 is a gimmick. It's fun and exciting in the regular season or during a preliminary round or even in the quarterfinals. But when it comes time for the medal rounds, they should just switch it to 5-on-5. And they could have had the game played yesterday, so they don't interrupt the closing ceremonies today.
Prime time in the country that's played it on a Saturday night, right?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, if there's a passion for the game, the people will adjust. Like you look across Canada, people in Vancouver went to bed super early, got up at 3 a.m. to start watching the game. They close down bars early so they can open them up in time so people can go to watch the game. Like there's adjustments that can be made. It's a global thing, so time zones are always going to be an issue. That part, I can take it or leave it. I kind of like the stories where, I'd been in Australia to watch the Stanley Cup. I was in Australia. I was watching a Stanley Cup final. So we got a bar opened up for us at 4 a.m. and they let the whole ship's company in to watch the Ducks and the Devils. Nobody there was a Ducks or a Devils fan. We're Canadian. We want to watch Game 7 of a Stanley Cup final. It's that kind of stuff that those are the stories you hear about everywhere. Yeah. I love that kind of stuff. It shows a passion for the game. Yeah. As opposed to people, south of our border complaining about the time of the game.
I know.
Just saying. But for the game itself, 5-on-5, 100% should have been played. I don't like it. Unfortunately, it's the way it is. And honestly, Canada had the better team for a 3-on-3 kind of game. They really did.
Yeah, and that's why even if they win, I still don't like it. I don't like, let's be clear. This isn't a complaint about because they lost. I felt that way going in, and I'll always feel that way. And I mean, it's not like they start the hockey tournament on the first day of the Olympics, so they've got more than enough room. Start it a day earlier. That's all you got to do. Mm-hmm. And also the semifinals, I think 10 minutes of 3-on-3 and then a shootout, it's freaking ridiculous. No, don't do it that way. Start the tournament a little earlier. And people say, well, but if it's the late game and it goes on and, they got to play the next day, well, don't make them play the bronze medal game the next day. Make them play the bronze medal game on the same day as the as the gold medal game, like every other tournament is done. Have it earlier, and then have the friggin', in the country that is on a Saturday night prime time, it makes sense anyway. Your ratings are way higher. And instead of us watching the game and being at the bars at 6 o'clock in the morning to drink as people did today, the game would have been at 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon here. So it would have been better here too anyway than it being at 8 a.m. So I just, this friggin' 3-on-3 and a shootout in the semifinals, you play, you get all the way to, you've 4 years building up to this, and we're going to decide semifinal games at the Olympics with gimmicks. Both of them are.
Well, if we're going to do, if you want to do a gimmick, let's do something fun. Let's do a full Royal Rumble. I pick my 3 best fighters. You pick your 3 best fighters.
Yeah.
We go at it at center ice, and the last team that has a player on the ice wins. How about that?
Well, I said yesterday, the gold medal curling match. Hey, we won that one, by the way. The cheaters won. Congratulations to the cheaters. If it had gone to extra ends and say, time constraint, we can only have the 2 curlers on each team, right? That'll go a lot quicker because we got a time constraints here. Do the curling powers that be, is it ever crossed their mind to say that's how we're going to do it? We're more worried about the time that it takes than, so it's extra end. Let's go 2-on-2, like 2 curlers against 2 curlers, and if it's tied after the 11th end, we'll just throw a rock to whoever's closest to the middle with the rock at that point wins the gold medal. It just, to me, that, and people of course are saying, you can't compare that because it rarely goes more than one end. Yeah, I get that, but it still applies the 2-on-2 thing, right? Like the semifinals in curling have 2. It gets to it's tied. We'll go with 2 curlers against 2 curlers. Of course, they'd never do that. Curling would say, you're nuts, you're crazy. But hockey, IIHF, yeah, good idea. Let's do it that way. Leave a little more time for the overtimes in the semifinals and the finals. I get it in the quarterfinals. You've got 4 games. You can't really do it. The only way you could do it is if you had two quarterfinals one day and 2 quarterfinals the next, I guess. But when there's only 2 games in a day, Olympics, competitions start at 10 in the morning and go till like midnight. You can friggin' have 2 games and have enough of a stagger where, it just to me is the IIHF, like they do many times, are dropping the ball on this.
Yeah. Kind of, it's funny when you put it that way too, because even if the games do go into all these overtimes, man, there was some famous games like Detroit Islanders that went into 4 or 5 overtime. They're epic. Like, if it does happen, roll with it, man. It's awesome. People will be watching it, and it'll be unforgettable. And again, I think if you ask the players, they'd probably all say the same thing, right?
JTL, baseball should be decided by a home run derby. Yeah, when it went to extra innings there, Game 7 of the, good idea. Jay, exactly.
Let's hit the 20th inning.
Yeah, right, yeah. No, I mean, Renaissance Resistor says Maurice should have been the coach. Maurice would have put Suzuki on the power play over Horvat and Marchand. Yeah, well, you know what? You're right.
He's Marchand's coach, so he would know better.
Yeah, I know. But Reinhardt sitting on the bench and Hagel. What did Hagel do this tournament?
He played okay 2-way game, but Reinhardt did as well. If he would have had a little bit more ice time, there would have been some more goals, a little bit more offensive opportunity. Reinhardt was by far the better player.
Reinhart not a Selke finalist?
Yes.
So, like, he can play a two-way
Definitely
game.
got votes.
50-goal scorer and a Selke finalist, and he sits on the frickin' bench because he plays for
Pierre
Florida.
LaRouche of Team Canada.
Yeah, I know. Oh, don't get me started on LaRouche. Yeah, back in the day. Too bad Sid couldn't play, right?
We'd have a different result if he had.
I think so. Yeah. That's. But like Sid, who scored the gold medal winning in 2010? Yeah, we're missing that guy. I think in a game that was that close, and that puck comes to him instead of McKinnon on that play, he's not missing the net.
No, but it's also the steadiness, right, of Sid, right? He's
sure
laser focused, stays really focused on what he has to do. Doesn't get emotional, or rarely does when it matters. McDavid does have a fiery temper, and he pushes the pace sometimes, which makes him an amazing player. But I think sometimes a guy like Crosby would have been able to tell him, McKinnon, settle down. Don't pull your sticks too tight. Macklin Celebrini could have used maybe a Crosby to, reassure, give him a bit of a word here and there. I think that's a big deal for Canada, having that kind of reassurance, that kind of calm. It's like today's Bob Gainey, right? Where everything settles down when he's on the ice and the players settle down. That part, I think, would have been really big on today's game.
Yeah.
Those little intangibles would have made all the difference, I think.
Yeah.
And of course, this is from anonymously, like fitting, but Hellebuck better than Binnington. Did you miss that save that Binnington made with his glove? That was the best save of the game. As good as Hellebuck was, except maybe for the stick thing, but that was a bit luck, I think. But actual,
desperation,
actual athletic save, that save by friggin' Binnington with his glove, and it just hit the very top of it, and I mean, that was game saver potentially. Yeah. I don't go there with Hellebuck better than Binnington. Hellebuck got more shots than Binnington, but Binnington was not to blame. Friggin' breakaway by Guerin, and that friggin' goal, again, you can't. I've got nothing bad to say about Jordan Binnington in this tournament.
Not one goal I could say, man, he should have had that one. Yeah, he could, unless he made a spectacular save, but that's kind of a hard bar to ask for a goal. He did very good saves, and none of the goals that went in, I could say, were on him. So he did his job very well. No problem with Binnington at all.
No, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to blame him for everything.
Yeah.
It's all his fault.
Yeah. and Taves.
Yeah. Why wasn't... What? And his brother.
Yeah.
Both Tases.
His brother.
Heck with them.
Yeah.
To me, this kind of salvages Binnington a little bit. I think we might actually see some movement at the trade deadline because of his performance here.
Oh, coming to the Habs. Good idea.
No.
Oh, okay.
But that's interesting, though, right? The two goalers were absolutely incredible today on a game that mattered, and two of them are playing on teams that are in the bottom five in the NHL.
Great.
Yeah, I know.
It's true.
And there's always going to be, this is when the second guessing starts, right? Left, Bedard, Schaefer, Dobson. Yeah. But you know what? Canada, I don't know. They, would they have played better with those three guys? Canada played.
Those guys have played.
Canada played the U.S. So let's not. I don't think we can question the players that they had there. They were the best. They were the best players in this tournament. Canada had the best team in this tournament. They just didn't happen to win. By the way, they were on a 15-game win streak at the Olympics, which I don't know. Like no other NHL teams ever accomplished that.
Right.
It was for NHL teams at the Olympics, they'd won 15 straight games. So And then it came down to a 3-on-3 in overtime in a game that they dominated. So I'm not going to blame Doug Armstrong on this either.
But I do think that the end result is the end result. It's what matters. And like I said it right from the start when I showed up, the Americans set a goal. They wanted to play a certain way, and they did their game plan perfectly. So to me, this sounds like it looks like it's going to be their game plan going forward against a country that clearly has more skilled players on hand than they do. So does this mean that Canada will finally start changing their approach a little bit? Because guys like Bedard, like Schaefer, you bring them instead of Hagels and those types of players, and you just go all in with your skill. Like, will that change their game plan next Olympics, or will they do the copycat garbage that the NHL does sometimes and copy what the Americans did and bring a dozen Tom Wilsons, who, by the way, played an amazing tournament.
You know what? I said to Tina, because Tina, does not like Tom Wilson. And I mean, I'm not a huge Tom Wilson fan myself. And, he goes over the edge sometimes. But I said to her, today, middle of the game, said, who's playing a really good game, eh? And she says, Tom Wilson. Yeah. Tom Wilson. and he was good all tournament. He
absolutely.
He kept it. He stayed pretty disciplined. He made some really nice, short, smart passes throughout the tournament.
Right.
Made a lot of good plays. I thought Tom Wilson, there's no way that you could, to me, that you can argue that he should have been on the team. I thought he was excellent.
He was, and no chasing hits, right? It was like one big body check a game because that was the opportunity. Didn't have to do more than that. If another one showed up, he would have taken advantage of it, I'm sure, but no chasing after a hit. That was, to me, the most important thing. That was my biggest worry, is that he was going to start getting penalties or take himself out of the game, or out of the play, I should say, by running around. I didn't see much of that. It was really controlled. Great point, Grant. Tom Wilson was great.
Yeah. I can't add. Whenever you say great point, Grant, I can't add anything to that. Bad coaching, overplayed all the stars, and wrong players on the power play. Should have played Suzuki more. Yeah, I don't know about overplayed the stars, because they outplayed them. Canada outplayed them 5-on-5 by a long shot. Power play, that I can question a bit, and I'll go back to it. You got the third leading power play scorer in the league in Nick Suzuki this year. Third overall. Second best on Canada. More points combined than Marchand and Horvat on the power play. And he doesn't play on either unit. Now, I get the argument, and somebody said it, and it's why Horvat's on instead of Suzuki, because he's the best face-off guy. But if you just go by that logic, Suzuki's a better face-off guy than McDavid, Celebrini, and McKinnon. So if that's the be-all to end-all for Horvat being on the second power play unit, well, why isn't he on the first power play unit? He's the best face-off guy. Well, obviously no, it's because it's McDavid, Celebrini, and McKinnon. Well, fine. But the third best, most productive power play guy in the whole world this year is Nick Suzuki. Better than McDavid or McKinnon, one of the two. Better than friggin', better than two of the three of those guys. So why isn't Suzuki at least on the second power play unit?
Yeah.
You can have Horvat out there with Suzuki. Marchand was fumbling. Marchand has 16 power play points this year or something like that. And Suzuki's got double, So when Marchand kept fumbling and not, he's not the player he was 3 years ago. Based on 3 years ago, Suzuki or Marchand, okay, you pick Marchand. but this isn't 3 years ago, it's today. And to me, that was, I don't, I'm not going to blame Cooper for a lot of things. I don't because Canada, I think, deserved to win that game, and I think he coached a decent game. But the power play, whoever was making the decisions on the power play, I think they made a mistake not having Suzuki out there.
Right. And if I may also, the other argument people will make is, well, you need somebody to go in the corners and get the puck. Well, who was better than Suzuki at this tournament? Like, he did two fantastic plays where he fought off people to get the puck that led to goals. Huge goals.
Two biggest goals of the tournament.
Yeah.
He won puck battles.
Yeah. So that's another argument why he should have been at least in the top two, the second unit of the power play.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. You mentioned it earlier, Grant. The McCarr's goal. He won a board battle.
Yeah.
He got the puck back to the point.
Yeah.
Fantastic play that none of the commentators seem to catch. I actually
think too. Sorry. He has a really good wrist shot, and this kind of tournament when everybody's elite, including the goaltending, having a guy who could take a quick shot on net with little warning might be a one way you could get the puck in the net. Sometimes you can make play after play after play, especially with defense like the U.S., which is a really, really good decor. Like, they don't make a lot of mistakes. They don't give you a lot of space. So that shot would have been useful. Sorry, Grant.
Yeah. Celebrini, how many friggin' shots, and the leading goal scorer going into the game, and he had his chances tonight. He's the other guy that'll be sleeping fittingly tonight. It's too bad for the kid. He had a fantastic tournament. Wow.
He did. He really did.
I don't know who won the MVP of the tournament. Anyone know? Or maybe somebody can. I turned it. We same thing. Same thing with the Canadian, with the gold medal game, the women's game. Tina, turn it. The second that they put that puck in the net, and no problem. Switched it to tennis, and headed downstairs.
Was named MVP.
McDavid was?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, hey, they always go with points, right? And McDavid was.
Yep.
McDavid was the most prolific, and up until that game, at least 2 points every game, I think it was. So, I'm just glad it wasn't an American.
No, but the Americans got best goalkeeper and best defender.
No, don't tell me Quinn
Hellebuck
Hughes.
and Quinn Hughes.
Quinn Hughes.
Yep.
Hughes didn't do a lot today, as far as I was concerned. I didn't find him to be overly good, but whatever. Again, points. Simon LeBlanc with a weird text here saying Guerin was right finally. I don't quite understand what you mean by that. No, I don't think he was right.
I think he's talking about the whole Cole Caulfield.
Right, but maybe they'd actually outplayed Canada if they'd have had Caulfield and Hudson, because they certainly didn't outplay him. Guerin wasn't right about anything.
They rope-a-dope their way into that win. In a one-game playoff?
Yeah. Well, hey, like I say, you pick the top 6 forwards, maybe the top 9 in this game, and Boldy, the rest are Canadians, as far as I'm concerned. So was he right in leaving Cole Caulfield off of that team? Clayton Keller? Tell me that
Jason
Cole Caulfield.
Robertson?
Well, no, but Keller was on the team, but
Yeah, I know, but left Robertson off too.
Robertson too, I don't know. JTL also NBA should decide the championship with a dunk contest. Well, exactly. Yes, absolutely. OT needs definitely speed, but the most important things are brain, calmness, and ice structure. Suzuki's best attributes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Nick Suzuki is fantastic in overtimes too. And you know who else is really, really good in overtime? Is Cole Caulfield. Would have been fun seeing those two against each other. Yeah, that's what I mean. The overtime, this format, 3-on-3, Yeah, exactly. But Maurice should have been the coach. Yeah. Oh, I think we already. Oh, here's somebody. The IIHF is a big joke. FIFA and the
A funny
IIHF.
one.
Two peas in the. Not a funny one. Two peas in the pod. Gratulace, USA. Oh, all the way from Czech Republic.
Oh,
Ludmila Zanova. Okay, well,
Is she the one that does the videos that the people are stitching on TikTok? The name sounds familiar.
Yeah, I don't know, but thank you for. I mean, I don't agree, but
No, true America.
yeah.
Oh,
Hellebuck was insane. Absolutely.
was.
he came up huge. He really did.
Yeah. Well, like I said, the Hart Trophy, the reigning Hart Trophy winner finally showed up this year, and he picked a bad time to do it.
People in Winnipeg are thinking, why the hell didn't he do it all season long? Why now?
Yeah. Schaefer is way better than Parayko or Sanheim. You know what? I thought Sanheim, especially in that first period, he might have been the best Canadian defenseman. He was coming up. He had some really good chances and didn't make any mistakes that I saw. Was actually getting good offensive chances, and I liked how he played. Parayko, the puck skills aren't great, hey? There were a few plays where you just, but I think you needed that one, at least that one big guy that is pretty good at, especially against Americans. That's why he was brought. That's why he was brought here to play the U.S. They did play the U.S. That's why Sam Bennett was here. That's why Wilson was here. I can't disagree with those decisions now because Canada deserved to win that game. So I don't think they lost it because they didn't have the right players. They outplayed the U.S. by a fair margin and probably should have won this game by at least 2 goals.
Yep.
That one save by Hellebuck, I think, made all the difference.
On Taves?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that one Wilson too, like just hit the very top of his pad and bounced over. Tommy Post, that save he made on McKinnon, that was an incredible one too, unfortunately.
But I doubt we're going to see another Olympic game without Schaefer on the team.
Yeah, well, where the U.S. had an edge in this tournament, I guess, was on defense, and and I guess a slight edge in goal too at the end of the day, and that was the only way they were going to win this thing, I thought, because certainly Canada had nobody had the offensive firepower of Canada. The Kachchuck brothers, you barely friggin' noticed them, tonight, other than just being assholes as they usually are.
Well, they're the best at it.
Yeah, they are.
I wish we'd stop talking about them so much. Like they're such not a factor when the game is on. It's always after the whistle or between plays. My gosh, everybody gets so caught up with the Kachchuck brothers and just ignore them. They're not the big factor everybody makes them out to be at this kind of tournament.
The Hughes brothers were.
Yeah, they were better. Well, Jack Hughes scored the winning goal. I mean, what a surprise. The excuses begin. Yeah. What were the excuses there, Lord of the Dinner Rings? I don't know. Maybe somebody in the I don't know if he's reacting to us or maybe some of the live chat, but I don't think we're bringing up too many excuses here. Mark, this is probably the best response. Yet you come on here to be a jerk. Says more about you than us. There you go. Yeah. Okay. I see arrogant Canadians getting beat at the only thing their country is good at. So weird the Canadians are so arrogant when
we can also outdrink your ass too. So
yeah, well, we can. I don't know. We seem to be pretty good at curling. I don't know. What else are we good at? When we don't join wars. 4 years in, 5 years in, and then take credit for winning it. We actually, we're in there from day one, and we, you go back to the wars there, buddy. If you want to talk about, you want to really like what the most important thing is, there's not a nation on earth that wants to fight against Canadians in a war. So, you know what, buddy?
Not a smart one anyway.
You can fuck off. Bye. He's banned. All right.
Just to make it clear, I don't want to fight another war.
No.
I really don't. But if I have to, if you make me do something I don't want to do, I'm going to get very, very angry. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Well, Lord of the Dinner Rings is banned, and bye-bye, buddy. Look, Canada played better than the U.S. It happens. But did you see the buckets like Wilson, Bennett, and Marchand in front of the U.S. net today? Hellebuck saw everything.
Pretty much. Good job clearing the front of the net.
Like really I said, like the U.S. Played solid defensively. Slavin, doesn't touch the puck up a hell of a lot, but the freaking guy gets his stick in the way of, he has such a good defensive stick. It's just he's an incredible defender. McAvoy was solid. These guys aren't gonna show a lot of offense, but defending wise, yeah, they're incredible, and a major reason. Hellebuck and the defensemen are a major reason why that U.S. team won. I got to give him credit for that.
Yeah, there's an argument to be made that McAvoy might be the best defenseman in the game right now, just because last year when he was not playing with Boston, was they fifth worst team in the league, and he missed a whole chunk of the year. And this year they're back in the playoffs while he's playing, and he plays 25, 30 minutes a game, night after night. He is an incredible defenseman. So I understand the point you're trying to make, but boy, did the U.S. defense make it hard for the players to do that. They were just really good defensively, especially in the middle. They were not giving much options to Canada. So full credit to the U.S. defense too.
And their forwards did an excellent job of supporting those two defenders in front of the net. They clogged up that middle. There was no cross. Canada was trying to make these double cross seam passes, trying to get Hellebuck to go side to side more than once to try and throw him off.
Yeah,
they couldn't do it. And McAvoy made sure that if anyone went anywhere near the crease, they took a kidney shot. There was a couple of sore. The backs of the knees are going to be hurting for a while. Like he made them pay, and he moved them out pretty quick.
Yeah, that's true. Blain, the Incredible Hulk. You would not like him when he's angry.
It's true.
Blain's the only seaman among the three of us there, and no, trust me, you wouldn't want to.
No.
He's good with a gun. I don't think I've ever held one in my life, but I don't need to. When you got these guns, Sid the Kid, 37-year-old Sid the Kid played today. I think we could have won. Yeah, needed that youthful exuberance. I agree.
No, I think what Rick said earlier, it hits, because he would have been able to marshal the troops a little bit and get their heads in the right space, and they would have been a little bit more focused.
Marshall, we keep getting the war references out here.
I know. It is my day job.
Yeah, the Marshall Plan.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't need to hand out tractors for us to win some hockey games, though.
There you go. Not many people would get that reference, folks.
That's a deep cut.
Yeah. Americans are delusional. They know Canada was a better team. All right, we don't have to,
Sure, there's going to be trolls online. You're going to see all kinds of dumb shit, and not just online. You're going to see trolls coming from Fox News, the White House. Like they revel in acting like 15-year-old boys anonymously posting shit on Facebook or Twitter or whatever else.
Trump's on a Concord right now, heading to the closing ceremonies, probably to boast. You notice he wouldn't show up. He was maybe going to go to the game, but decided not to. And now, oh God, we should have had him there. They're going to teleport him now to go gloat probably for the. He'll hold the flag. He'll hold the flag for the U.S. Closing ceremonies probably. Anyway, yeah.
Okay.
Blain, what do you think of the 3-on-3 in OT?
Should have been 5-on-5.
Yeah. Okay.
I hate Blain, gimmick hockey.
CJ only wants Blain's opinion on that.
Well, I mean, he's smart enough to know who matters.
Right. Okay. Suzuki should have had an assist. No. Yeah. Brought that up right off the bat there. I'm just going to double check to see if they had changed this yet, and I bet you they didn't because they're idiots. IHF is consistent with their idiocy. No, the guy that made the play on the goal. No, they only check. Like Kapanen's. Oh no, he never tipped it. They got the fucking binoculars out and the magnifying glass, and they triple looked. Oh no, he didn't touch it after all. No, it's just for him. So Suzuki. Oh no, we won't look again. Whatever the refs say on that. Yeah, no. A little bit of Habs bias there on that. I don't care. Let's not blame 3-on-3 on overtime. Oh, 3-on-3 overtime. Okay, well, it wasn't a blame. Again, we're not saying this, I'm saying this as a hockey fan. And you don't, that it's not the way to decide the gold medal game. I don't care if Canada wins. I don't care if Canada loses. I'm sorry. 3-on-3, it would be like deciding the gold medal in curling 2-on-2. I'm sorry. It's just a fact. So,
I still like my Royal Rumble idea. I think that would work a lot better.
Yes. Have a Royal Rumble. Donnie McCaskill. Hey. Buddy, thank you. $20. I appreciate it, my friend. Go Canada, go. Go Habs, go. Absolutely. By the way, Habs, 26th they're playing? We actually get some hockey again. Yeah. So, you know what? The schedule looks not too bad. The Habs, mind you, they're at the top of the standings, but they have very few games down the stretch here against teams that are above them in the standings. So they're winnable games. They don't always win those games. But the schedule looks favorable for the Canadians going down the stretch. Right, Rick?
Yeah. I looked at it recently, but I can't remember all the details. I will jokingly say one thing, though. I am thankful that there's a 4 or 5 day break between this game and the start of the regular season again in the NHL, because I can't imagine watching an NHL regular season game after watching a game like I watched today within 24 hours. I'd be like, what's going on here?
Yeah,
it's so entertaining and so fast and so incredible.
But reset.
Yeah, no, this was a good tournament. From a Montreal Canadiens perspective, this is a really good tournament. I mean, Slafkovsky was incredible, of course, but I think Kapanen and the little he played, all those goal posts that he had after goal posts really must have helped his confidence to know that he could hang. We know it. We see it, Grant and Blain. We know that Kapanen is showing to be a good player, but there's always that little voice in the back of your head is, am I doing so well because of Slafkovsky and Demidov? Maybe a little tinge of a doubt. And he showed that even without them, man, he could play. He could hang with players. So I think there's a little bit of confidence in Kapanen that must have just a little tad. And, I think Suzuki really had a fantastic tournament for Team Canada. And, he's such an important player for the Habs, and he gets so many minutes and so many important situations. And to have to adapt to a smaller role, sometimes playing on the wing, and all things considering, I think Suzuki was fantastic. So, the Habs, you see those players go up. Texier was not much of a factor for France, but I wasn't expecting him to be. That team, we know that team was going to get basically, beat up on. But it's a really good tournament for the Habs going forward. I think a lot of the guys really got a little touch of confidence that's going to serve them well for the rest of the year.
Good point.
Yeah, and I think Slafkovsky should have gotten the MVP for this tournament as well. You take him off the Slovakia team. Are they the fourth best team in the world? No.
Yeah.
No, they probably would not have made the quarterfinal.
If he'd have done a little more the last two games, absolutely. But he was kind of shut down in the two most important games. And if he'd had just had a couple more points and that it had been maybe the games were a little closer, I think that Slafkovsky wins the MVP. I agree with you on that, Blain. He had to be in the running for sure. And good points, Rick, on, but Kapanen got to play with Aho, so that's why he looked good.
Must be.
There'll be somebody saying that.
I was going to say something, right?
You got to play with the best player, so that's why, yeah, Kapanen, Cheryl Pounder even responded to, like, I put a tweet out yesterday about how he had a great game, and she quote tweeted me and saying that, Kapanen was great. He played a really good game, and you can't help but think that Finnish coach thinking, maybe, just maybe, I could have been playing this guy a little earlier in the tournament. Because as far as I was concerned, and of course I look at it through biased Cappy eyes, but he may have been Finland's best forward yesterday.
He was up there.
He was up there. I watched the game kind of while working, so I don't know the details, but he stood out as one of the good players, at least. At the very least, he stood out one of their better players.
Right answer, Rick.
That's all he does. He just hands us the right answers.
Yeah, that's right. Let's see. Let's get to a few more. What do you guys think of the too many men, which wasn't called? Well, we did touch on that already. I think the IHF refs have demonstrated that if you've got 7 or 8 men on the ice, it's okay. That's not too many men. If you got 6, well, then they'd have called it.
And it's okay if the puck is thrown at your feet while you've got 8 guys on the ice,
apparently,
as long as you play it immediately to clear the area.
Yeah.
Just don't touch it, and you get called.
Rick, you gonna complain about that?
I was thinking, well, here we go, NHL style rules. For the last 5 minutes of the game, there's no penalties, no matter what you do. That was my first thought. I go, boy, they're gonna do this again, and I hate this, especially when it's so obvious. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
It's just call the obvious stuff. That's all.
Well, what did you think of the Suzuki line, Marner and Stone? Suzuki and Marner pass first. Stone is too slow for this fast-paced hockey. They needed a sniper or shoot first type of guy. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think
there's a guy like a Reinhardt on the team.
It's just who I was going to say. I would have replaced. I would have replaced Stone with Reinhardt all day. Like, not even hesitation. The last 2 games, Mark Stone had trouble keeping up. You didn't really notice him at all, and it was like that way. It was that way in that 4 nations last year, especially against the U.S. It's the best pace hockey that you're ever going to see. And Mark Stone has a lot of great attributes. He's a gamer. He's smart, all that stuff, but he can't skate. And this game was just too fast for him. He was invisible for the most part in today's game. Reinhardt should have made that adjustment. Well, I mean, I'm on record saying going into the tournament, I didn't think Stone should have been on the team. I'd have had Scheifele, or I'd have had Wyatt Johnson, or I'd have had Bedard. I mean, I could probably name 10 guys that I think, because, and it turned out to be true. It came down to Canada against the U.S., came down to a fast-paced game, and when it was on the line, Stone just couldn't keep up with the pace.
I agree. I'm on your side on that.
All right. Okay. Well. Too many men. Yes. McDavid trying to do everything by himself.
Yep.
Yeah, he was. I mean, the freaking guy. He's. Is that Kachchuck? The next time Matt Kachchuck plays against Edmonton, is he going to say always a bridesmaid to Connor?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Freaking guy.
The easiest chirps.
Yeah, well, hasn't won a gold medal, hasn't won a cup. Best player of this generation. I'm sure he's frustrated right now. Tried to do it all himself, and I get it, but I think trying too hard. If there's such a thing.
Again, this is where that the Crosby presence would have been felt. He'd be able to rein him in a little bit and kind of set him straight, because Crosby's a lot of things, extremely skilled, but his biggest skill was always making everybody around him better. He didn't have to do everything himself because he lifted everybody up. McDavid is the greatest player there is right now, but I don't think he has that intangible the way that Crosby does.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's the difference.
Yeah. Frankly, Mahovlich, zero effect on the game. Refs not the reason. Hellebuck the reason. Well, yeah, I'm not going to be going on social media and blaming the refs. And Canada outplayed them. Yeah, they missed a couple of calls, but we put up with
make a couple.
We put up with European fans complaining the last two games that Canada got breaks on calls, and it seemed petty. So I'm not going to turn around and, now that Canada has lost, become petty and blame the referees, because it's hypocritical as far as I'm concerned. Take the high road on this, guys, and don't go on social media, start whining about the refereeing, because the difference was that Canada couldn't bury another goal. Hellebuck was a major reason. He was a bigger reason than the officiating today for Canada losing that game. So, yeah. Okay, Rick, you got to get going, right?
Yeah, I got a birthday brunch for my dad and my daughter, so I will have to leave you guys in just a moment or two. So again, thank you guys for having me on, being a part of it. Blain, always nice to see you. Grant, love our Sundays afternoons together, and to everybody watching and listening, thank you 100 times. You guys are the best of the best.
Let's we've got your player prospect of the week, and you were right. We didn't have time to get to it. It's too much to talk about here about this game. So let's do that this week. We'll do a prospect of the week and draft prospect of the week if you can find some time. Okay.
I will definitely find some time, Grant. I'd love to do that.
Okay. Thanks, Rick, as always, and
bye, guys.
Have a good brunch.
Thank you, guys.
Okay. Rick Springhetti, folks. Blain, how much you got? A little more time here? What's going on?
I got about 2 more minutes.
2 more minutes. Oh my goodness. All right. Well, I appreciate you taking an hour. You didn't give me a time limit today, which is good. So Yeah, I mean, hey, we could talk for 3 hours probably. It's just one of those. It's one of those games, right?
I got to get to drowning my sorrows in a bottle of rum here.
Do you? Yeah. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might go for a ski.
Actually,
try to work off some nervous energy here. Fantastic hockey. Enjoy it. Follow it under Unreal and wait for the next one. Half as good. There you go. Perspective, frankly, Mahavlich. Thank you. Do you think the Finns play tougher than the U.S.?
I think they did.
You know, I think they may have had more offensive chances at the end of the day. I mean, Miro Heiskanen, I will repeat, is, I think, big game. There's not a defenseman in the league that him and Hedman would be the two guys that I would say, okay, I want you guys on the top defense pairing. Barely got off the ice, it seemed, was fantastic. The Finns were, we got silver, U.S. got gold, but it was the thinnest of margins between silver and bronze this year. Kudos to the Finns.
100%.
Suzuki will. Okay, well, if that's all I'm going to get from you here from now on, Blain, I guess I better let you go.
Yeah, it's best. It's best I go take care of this.
Yes,
family stuff and.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what?
There's some people that just aren't worth my time.
Yeah, there you go. Visions of eggnog and rum dancing in your head or whatever. Okay, my friend. Thanks.
I'm gonna go take care of prepping. Yeah, I appreciate you bringing me on. I'm going to go prep for this nor'easter that's about to hit us on the East Coast. And
you're getting the snow that we just got, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. Get the shovels sharpened and ready to roll. Thanks, Blain. Wish it could have been better circumstances, but you know what? I'm already kind of over it. This was therapeutic for me. Thank you so much for joining me. And, I don't know if the next Habs game, but hopefully a Habs game this week. Maybe you can join us on the post game again, because you're terrific to have on. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
We'll text back and forth. We'll figure something out for sure.
And by the way, Blain has been writing articles, post game articles. You posted one on this one right after.
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay, check out the Hockey Writers, and Blain has a great article up there recapping this game, and he's been doing it all tournament. Go check out his articles for the Hockey Writers. They're great. Okay, thanks, Rick. Bye, Blain.
Right, thanks a lot for having me. I'll take care.
Okay, Blain, you take care. Bye now.
Bye.
Blain Potvin, folks. No relation to Denny. Great guy. And that's that. Let's go to a few more trade talks are coming. Yeah, well, that'll be the next big subject, right? By the way, I've got a video of Reinbacher that I'm going to probably do tomorrow. Another game. You know what? This contention, and I keep seeing it from people. Oh, he makes way too many mistakes. The last 3 games that I've watched of Reinbacher, you can count on one hand, maybe one finger, the obvious mistakes that he made. He's not making a lot of mistakes. He's ready. Like, that's the good thing. That's the encouraging thing. He's ready to play in the NHL. So if and when he gets the call up, he's going to look just fine, and people can stop ragging on Reinbacher not being a great pick and all that, because it's just not true. And once again, I can back it up with video, and I'll do so with a video scouting report on Reinbacher probably tomorrow. Gonna let this game digest this, get away from hockey here this afternoon for a little bit, but look for that coming up probably tomorrow. I'll do another Reinbacher video. Ian Patterson saying Suzuki will always feel like he has a bit more room after playing in this gold medal game. Yeah, you know what? Maybe. Ian Reinhardt should have played more. Yeah, maybe. Sanheim looked overwhelmed. I thought he was the best defenseman in the first period. Maybe a little later, a little bit, but I liked Sanheim's game. Offensively, he actually had some really good chances to score in the first. He was the most dangerous defenseman easily in the first period, and if he just scored a goal, nobody'd be saying that he looked overwhelmed. He came close. The game was won on puck luck. Simple as that. Yeah. You know what? I can't disagree with that. Mr. Basketball says he's high and drunk. Okay. Might a lot of Canadians are probably high and drunk right now. Kind of wish I was high and drunk right now. Just fittingly, I'm going to go here to Bob Marley. No, it's Bob Matley next. Josh Anderson would have been better than Tom Wilson. Anderson is a speed demon. He would have put forecheck on the U.S. defense. Yeah, I'll respectfully disagree with that. Tom Wilson, I thought, had an outstanding tournament. Yeah, it was a ride. We needed to bury 10 perfect chances. We didn't. Yeah. Oh, I can fill in. I'm drunk. Skoy George. There you go, buddy. Are you in Ontario? Can you say thank you, Doug Ford, for that? Oh, and Eric Schuster. I'm stoned. Okay, well, whatever floats your boat, guys. Be it the wobbly pops or the happy hay, or both. Whatever you need to get through this, I totally understand. Love that OT winner, but I think the ladies' OT winner was better. Ooh. Okay. I'm proud of the fact that we dominated these ugly Fs. Does Laine get traded at 12 a.m. tomorrow morning? I don't know. Maybe. DR work weakest link overall. Yeah. Not having Morrissey, definitely. Pickford was back for both games on the weekend, not just for the OT winner. He had an assist Friday night. So I had on, if you caught it last week, I had on Guy Flaming, and he mentioned that he had heard a rumor that the Canadians wanted Pickford to have surgery. Obviously, that rumor was not 100% on the dot, because 2 days later he was playing. So just goes to show you that rumors are just that, rumors, and you can't always believe them. But McKenna, 1 goal, 7 assists, 1 match. He's beating a lot of teams and drunk guys since the junior. Drunk guys? Yeah, I guess so. Oh, right. 1 drunk guy, yeah. People had to be, oh, well, he's not putting up great point totals. And you know what I said about a month and a half ago? I said, look, I wouldn't be surprised by the end of the friggin' year, because I looked at a couple of his games and that he's top 5 in college scoring. And lo and behold, guess who's top 5 in college scoring now? It's the 10-point weekends will help, right? But yeah, McKenna had an 8-point game. I mean, hey, from a freshman in his draft year, 8 points in a game, that is absolutely unbelievable. Brady Kachchuck in his draft year in college had 8 goals the entire friggin' year. So, 8 points for Gavin McKenna in one game. Pretty wild. Heard Laine has another injury. Oh, could be, Mark. I don't know for sure. Can't. I mean, thought he was ready to come back. Didn't play. He's doing a lot of skating. Pickford back and scored in OT. Yes, sir. Dobson and Schaefer left off the team was dumb. Yeah, well, you can certainly question it, but at the end of the day, Canada clearly outplayed the U.S. They only gave up 23, 25 shots on goal. They only gave up 2 goals. I'm not blaming the defense for that. I'm not blaming the GM. Just didn't get the breaks, didn't score. Hellebuck doesn't get his paddle on that. McKinnon doesn't hit the post. Wilson's shot that hit the top of Hellebuck's pad's a quarter inch higher. The score's 4-1. So New Hook practicing full contact jersey now. Hey, there you go. Yeah. Laine missed 1 practice but was back the next day. Oh, doesn't sound like he's injured again then. We have a chance to see greatness this morning. Hellebuck was phenomenal. Yeah, again, Ian. Canada hardly gave up any good chances. You can, whatever. We'll disagree on that. We have a chance to see greatness this morning. Hellebuck was phenomenal. Oh, there you go. Well, I thought Canada, there was a greatness in Canada. They just didn't get the breaks, and Dems the breaks. All right, folks, I'm going to wrap this up. Special thanks to Rick and company coming out and coming on for so long. We had a great discussion. Too bad. Great turn for Canada. Their 15-game win streak at the Olympics snapped, unfortunately, by the U.S. of all teams. I want to give a little extra shout to the Canadian fans. There was clearly more Canadian fans there than the U.S. Every time the USA chant started up, it got drowned out by Canada. They drowned them out. Best fans in the world, Canadian hockey fans. I'm very proud of the team, proud of the fans, proud that we're not ban that guy. Enjoy the day, folks, and be safe. And thanks, Grant. Appreciate what you do. Thank you, Don, for sending me $20. It's much appreciated. and didn't call up my sponsors today, but we will be logsend.com, right? Go check those. Go check out. Go to the website, logsend.com. Best flooring in the world. Ivan Cornway. If Ivan Cornway got flooring from them, then there's no better. Because you know what? 10-time Stanley Cup champ. No one's better than Ivan Cornway, folks. And then the other sponsor we have here, Next Level Hockey. Great skills coaching by Mike. Mike and his crew. They have a hockey school in Montreal. If you've got a young player in the family or close friends, get them in touch with Next Level Hockey. These guys are great. nextlevelhockey.com. They're also on Instagram. You can see Next Level Hockey. Give them a Google, check them out, and you won't be disappointed. Owen Beck, by the way, got training from these guys, and saw what kind of a player he turned out to be. This was in his junior career, so nothing but kudos for the work that Mike and company do. All right, that's going to wrap it up. Thank you so much, everyone. Couldn't be prouder of Canada's effort. They just the bounces didn't go their way, and when you're playing a one game elimination, winner take all, there are going to be those nights, and we'll get them back next time. That's all. Next time. Hey, who have been the best young players that have come up in the past few years? It's been McKinnon. It's been Celebrini, McDavid. You go on and on here now. Schaefer, Bedard, McKenna coming. Canada 4 years from now, look out. We're gonna avenge that. We're gonna avenge that loss. I can almost guarantee it. So, thank you, everyone, and hope to see you this week. I'll be coming back on daily again here, and I appreciate all the support. I'll be doing post games on the Habs again. Looking forward to getting back to NHL hockey, because the Habs are going to make the playoffs and they're going to make noise this year, and it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. And we'll quickly get over this disappointing loss. Okay? Thank you, everyone. Have a great day.